welcome to this new SMP called SurvivalCraft. Now, I have some explaining to do because I am already geared up and have a little parrot called Parry. Well, basically, I started this a few hours ago and, well, not hours, but a little while ago, and all of my footage deleted. So, welcome to this already pre-started world. I am not going to restart it because I have been making this along with Cherry Sands, and I don't want to delete any work that she may have made. And so we're actually going to start this world by mining some concrete. So, yeah. Here's just a small time lapse of me gathering some materials to make some more concrete powder, because I'm actually already starting to make my base. You've missed all the setup, and I'm going to be making a futuristic lab base, which should be really exciting and really fun to make. So hope you enjoy. So let's start crafting some more concrete powder, and then off we go again. I'm just going to assemble all my blocks in one place before I start building, and I'm going to gather all of my materials, which also includes some more sand for some glass and some other materials which should be helpful. For this build, I'm going to need a lot of coal for smelting not only food, but also for smelting sand and also cobblestone, because I want to use a lot of smooth stone in my build, because I've never really used it in Survival Minecraft before because it takes so long to wait for. But I've decided to go full on survival this time, and I'm going to make some use of some harder to obtain blocks. Right now, I'm just going to rush to my base before I get attacked by any kind of mob, and we're going to sleep. I'm not doing a day count here for obvious reasons. One being, this isn't the All the Mods series, and I don't need to worry about days. But whilst we're on that topic, this is going to be in complete contrast to all the mobs. We're not going to be including anything like that, and the base is going to be very different to what I'm hoping to achieve in all the mods, which is kind of a way to show my contrast in what I like to build. This area seems to be a hotspot for tourists, since this isn't going to be the last time that I come across one of these little tour groups. But I do like their banner, and I am going to collect them and put them on my door. And I may also use one on a shield. Just regrouping quick before I go and take on his friend. They are not welcome around here. Whilst we clear the area of dangers, I'm going to explain to you my base plan. The plan is for a little futuristic, scientific, experimental bunker lab, and I have a nice bit of lore to go with it, which I am sure you will all enjoy. And in the meantime, I'm going to work on some little exterior builds, and I may even put some little farms in there. I might get an iron farm going since we're near a village. and it should be great. We should be able to have a nice self-sufficient base. I'm hoping to make it quite big, and I'm hoping that this series will last quite a while, and I'll be able to get some really good builds going. I'm just going to place this banner here just to show that I managed to defeat them, and I'm hoping to collect quite a few of these, since this seems to be a very popular spot for scouting parties. And yeah, Cherry Sands isn't online currently, but the next time she is, I will make sure to catch up with her so that I can introduce her all to you, and we can have a look at helping her find a good spot to make a base. Basically, what's happening here is me showing you that I don't know how to play Minecraft. I haven't played that much Survival, I'm more of a creative player, and so I didn't really know how to stain glass. It's very embarrassing, and so this is what I thought I did, but I've figured it out now, and I will not make that mistake again. Apart from, spoiler alert, I do, but you know. I'm now going to start laying down the foundations for the base. I did some little maths in my head and realised that I could actually use 40 glass, I didn't need any more, and put 20 on each side and make a little cylindrical base. We're going to ignore the fact that I died then. I didn't look at my hearts or particularly think about what I was doing, but I couldn't really find another way to get down. The plan is to have 4 stained glass pillars like that one and this one, and then on either side where I've left little gaps, I'm going to build up with slabs to make a nice little interesting bit next to the glass, and then I'm going to build up the rest using concrete. I want a nice bit of texture on the roof, so I'm actually not going to use concrete for the roof. It's not just going to be a flat roof. I'm going to do a slightly domed roof made out of stone and cobblestone, which should add some texture. I may even bring it down the walls a bit later on, which should make it look a bit more integrated, and I'm planning on also making the floor out of the same material just so it doesn't look a bit strange. Here I'm just working on the exterior of the base and making sure that everything is built up to the right height. We're gonna once again ignore the fact that I died. I don't have iron yet, so I can't water bucket clutch or anything like that. I do try and aim for the bed, but like half the time I am too far away and there's no way of parkouring over there either. So sometimes I just have to take the blow, and a lot of the time I just have to take the blow. But it's not too bad because I am right next to my bed. I literally just respawn. But I'm sorry if that is really annoying. If you do have something which could help that isn't like vine clutch or something like that, then please do let me know. For some reason here, the footage seems to have gone very glitchy. I don't remember it being this glitchy when I played. It must just be something with the upload. And I do apologise, so sorry. Here I'm just gathering some more resources to make some more concrete powder to finish off the concrete. I shouldn't need much more, so I'm not going to bother about getting tons, just enough to finish it off. today I'm going to ignore the dire state of my health, and I'm actually going to start making some slabs. These slabs are just to remove this, and I'm not really sure what's going on here. It's pretty glitchy. I didn't have any torches to do it with though, so you're going to have to make do. Eventually it seemed to work, but I don't know if that actually saved any time at all, or whether I'd have been better off just using a shovel. But there you go, it's gone. That's pretty much it. I was just removing the scaffolding. And the next thing to do is to craft some stone slabs to add into these little gaps here before we do the roof. Before we start going too high again, I am going to heal my hearts in case of my inevitable fall, and we are going to start crafting and then building. So this is sort of the idea that I was thinking. I'm going to do like half a block, leave half a block, half a block, leave half a block. That method didn't work, so there's going to have to be a little bit of scaffolding. But for now, we've got something like that, which looks pretty snazzy. And I'm going to be doing that all the way up. I've not brought into consideration where the door is going to go, but it will go somewhere, I am sure. And so now we are in a 20 times time lapse, which will last throughout the duration of my finishing this build, which is just to cut down the length of the video mainly, but also allows you to see some of the work which is happening which would usually be hidden, such as gathering materials, crafting. It shouldn't take too long. This is about a 1 minute time lapse, so please stick around and do not go just because I said it will include everything. You just get to see a little bit of what you wouldn't normally see. Some people like it, some people don't. I appreciate that. And I also want to say that I am really dumb, and do not use flint and steel as light whilst you are mining. It is not a good solution at all. However, it did help me find my first bit of iron, which I will use later on. And no, I didn't stop using the flint and steel in the caves just because I died. Why would I do that? That would be way too smart. But here we are. I dared to fight a skeleton, which I lost, but you know, didn't die, just ran away. And I'm just installing the floor. I actually went for like a curved down floor because I thought it looked quite interesting. And yeah, I did it again, because I'm very smart and I learn from my mistakes. But it's fine because it was just a little way from my home, and there was not like there was any mobs or anything in there, surprisingly. But I don't stop just because of that. No, I persevere. Mainly it's because I didn't have any coal to turn into torches and I didn't want to waste it, but you know, some things have got to be done. I'm now starting to work on the roof. I'm aiming to mirror what I've done on the floor on the roof, so it will have that. And I did log off, and then I logged back on, and I was dead. So don't know how that happened, but we're doing it again. So we go back up, we finish everything, and look at the organisation in my chest. I am not an organised person by far, so I was very, very proud of it. It probably won't last, but you know. So just finishing off the healing, and now I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Goodbye.